Well, today we have a very special guest. He is an architect by profession. As we all know that the architecture industry plays a vital role in the Indian economy. Architects are instrumentals in concept to reality process. We all have witnessed over the period of time that the architecture industry has seen a lot of ups and downs, a lot of challenges, and to overcome it, to take some decisive feedback from the industry expert, we have Mr. Kunal Kuwadekar, the principal architect of Naren Kuwadekar and Associates. So, welcome to Erafim Media Group's channel, sir, a proud publisher of Construction and Architecture Update magazine. So, just to begin with, could you briefly take us through your journey since inception, sir?
Thank you for having me on your channel. Yes, we're an architectural firm. We've been based out of Mumbai since 1975, so almost upon 5 decades now. We were a firm that dealt with architecture, eventually went on to architectural project management, and we do interior design as well. A lot of landscape and built environment projects have also been done by us. So that's sort of what we've been doing all these years. We're a legacy business, almost, as I mentioned, 5 decades in this particular space. And to our credit, we've done over 150 million square feet of built-up area, which is about 15 crore square feet of built-up area, pan-India. Majority of it being the city of Mumbai. So have been credited for changing the fabric of the skyline of the city of Mumbai.
Great, sir. What would you like to be remembered for, both by your peers as well as succeeding generations?
For our creativity, for our simplicity that leads to boldness, and for some of the renowned projects. Our firm is already quite well known with the projects that we've done, some of them namely being the first integrated township of Mumbai city, which is Lokhandwala complex. The entire development ideology behind that whole complex was derived at our firm. We also went on to do the first 5-star super deluxe hotel, which is now known as the Taj Lands End.
Taj Lands End.
Iconic project as well. We've done a lot of school projects. We are associated with the MIT Gurukul, Ecole Mondiale World School, the first one which was made in Bombay, the fully IB school. That is also our project. And we've managed to not only design, also get the approvals for these projects, and also seamlessly project manage them from start to finish. So we've got a lot of work that we've done, and we're looking to do a lot more work. There's a lot of redevelopments that are happening in the city of Mumbai, and I'm very passionate about these projects. It's sort of rebirthing or rejuvenation of the entire city on a mega scale. So I am very passionate, very enthusiastic, and I'd like to be remembered that we have resurfaced Mumbai city, and that's what I would like to see our peers talking about as well.
Sir, among the projects you have worked on, which one holds a special place in your heart and why?
See, every project is unique and every project is very dear to my heart. Yes, there are a few that do stand out apart from the others, without naming names, because they're all sort of our babies, so to speak. You know, it becomes difficult to have one as your favorite. But I am extremely close or passionate about one project. It involves the design of the entire residential building and also a huge component of the interior aspect that we've done. Besides being a client, this gentleman is a personal friend of mine as well. It's a nice building. It's an individual plot which has been redeveloped, but it has been redeveloped for one family. So without getting into names or saying which project it is, because it directly relates to the closeness, I would consider this as one of my most favorite projects till date. Other projects that I've been passionate about was the Kingdom of Dreams in Gurgaon, which we did. It was with the Haryana Urban Development Authority. It had consisted of the largest auditorium in India, which had a very thematic take. It also had the Culture Gully, it was an indoor space which showcased itself as an outdoor space, sort of like the Venetian in Macau. But it had all the components of all the designs of all the palaces, unique architectural features of India. And it was a very interactive entertainment commercial space. And we won a lot of awards for that. And that was very close to me because We engaged a lot with the art directors, the music directors, various agencies, etc. Another one which was a fun project was the Global Citizen, which happened in India, which was where Coldplay came down and did the concert, A.R. Rahman and various other people. So we did that at the MMRDA ground. We not only designed the layout, but we also did the integration of a lot of these, the staging, etc., with the foreign architectural firms. So that was a fun project. So these are different aspects of projects which are there.
And what are the latest technology you use on your projects? If you can elaborate it.
So we've been known to use and integrate technology into our projects for a long time. One of the first buildings, which was a building known as Green Acres, which is in Mumbai city, in Loknavala complex, was built in 1987. Now these consist of 17-story towers. The first particular wing, which was the A wing, was constructed for the first time using slip form technology. So what we did is the entire RCC core of a 17-storied building, I'm talking about 1987, yeah,
87.
was ready in 34 days, which is 1 month and 4 days. Since then, we've gone to use tremendous technologies in a lot of our projects over there in Mumbai city. A lot of the newer projects are mostly based on the sustainable side of things, because sustainability is now a way of life. We cannot avoid it, we have to accept it. But sustainable and being sustainable in a building is your entire mindset, right from the design aspect to the developers involved with the project, and eventually when it's reoccupied, how the people perceive that and take care of that sustainability is a challenge that we are trying to deal with. Hopefully we should be able to overcome that. There's a lot of pioneering efforts that we are making in doing facades which are energy efficient facades like photovoltaics. There's a lot of energy reduction and positive consumption that we're trying to do. A lot of systems with water, cooling, etc. To reduce the environmental impact on the building. So we are very keen and eager to explore a lot of projects with sustainability as its principal angle.
All right. And out of my curiosity, sir, in the bustling world of architecture industry,
Yes.
whom you have the biggest threat?
Biggest
Threat.
threat? I don't think there is any threat, because there is just so much to do, and every architectural aspect is very creative in its own way. I may like a color, you may or may not like that color. Similarly, everyone's take on a project or everyone's take on a site or a building is unique to that person's own creation. The acceptability of that project, whether it is form that follows the function or the other way around, that is something which is an individual basis that needs to be interpreted. But I don't foresee any particular threat. There is a lot of work entire worldwide, and our country, our city itself is undergoing such a massive rejuvenation on a metropolis scale. I think there's a lot of work for everyone, and we'll see a lot of architects putting out some amazing stuff over the next few years. I learn a lot from the younger architects who have joined our firm, the kind of technology that they bring to the table, the kind of dynamic thinking aspects that they use to enhance their creativity. It always amazes me with this younger.
Who is the most inspiring one among those?
Oh, again, you're asking me to tell you which one of my... No, we have a good team.
Right,
I can name them. There's 5-6 of our team leaders. There's Anamika Singh. She's a very, very enthusiastic architect. There's a very creative team. We have got Priyanka, who's doing our interior projects, Priyanka Bhaskar. We've got Shreyas Gowde, who's handling our project management. We've got Jash Makwana, who's doing a lot of work. Then, of course, my associate, my partner, Kedar Pathare, who is doing a lot of the groundwork and a lot of the approvals processes. So together we are good, and we have almost about 60 young, strong, enthusiastic individuals.
What is your opinion about contemporary architecture, sir, in India?
Contemporary architecture was the way to go. It allows you to blend your thought process and draw from the classical era as well and come out with your own interpretation. If you see from the 1970s onwards, there's been a strong emphasis on contemporary elevational facades for Mumbai city. A lot of that has gone from contemporary to modernism, which has been brought into the homes by people, sort of the less is more aspect. Contemporary architecture will always be youthful. It will be timeless. We do practice it a lot. A lot of our buildings are clean, straight line. They are very contemporary in nature. They have evolved from the 80s, 90s, but we do keep that element and we keep referring to that element. I think contemporaryism as an architectural movement is a very strong movement, and we've adapted to that, and we try and use that contemporary movement along with our sustainability movement to come up with something unique. Again, bold simplicity of design, practical.
Well, sir, moving forward, what is your take on redevelopment?
Oh, a very good question, because the entire city is now sort of rebirthing itself. I think it's inevitable that we have to go through this process of redevelopment, simply because the older structures are now aging. There is a lot more FSI, there is a lot more potential. The new buildings are stronger, better built, you have better amenities, more height, and the technology has improved. I think it is a way forward. I think it's a very positive way forward. Earlier, a lot of projects, a lot of societies were a little bit hesitant towards this redevelopment space. But I've seen in the last few years that along with the growth spurt, along with projects getting completed and along with regulatory, I think redevelopment is the way forward for the city. And upwards redevelopment, a lot of it. It also helps you to clean up the DP and reinstate the city to what it was originally envisaged. And I think it's a win-win for everybody involved, for the government, for the developers, and for the end users and the society itself.
And what is the signature of architect Kunal Kuwadekar?
Oh, I think in this decade, it definitely is luxury residential projects. We've done this swing on location-based projects which are iconic in nature. There's a lot of passion that goes into designing these projects, because besides the location, you have to do justice to the entire setting of the project, the entire absorption of the project or the end user, what he's going to be using. And you have to have that sensitivity and create something which no one has experienced. And in this city, we have so many options. So to be an option that stands out, that is what we're looking at. So right now, in the last decade, I would say more sort of iconic luxury buildings, residential component is what we've been practicing.
What is the special parameter architect Kunal Kuwadekar has for luxury projects? If you can name 3 parameters.
I think first of all, it has to be location, because it has to be infrastructurally well placed.
Which location would you like to prefer, sir?
I think right now, anything which is facing blue or facing green, which means facing the sea or nearby a green space, I think these have excellent opportunity and also can be very luxurious. The last one would be the sensitivity towards the design. We are looking for maximum light, maximum height, maximum usable space. And that's what the project is about. And luxury is about that, using all those, enjoying all that in one particular space and in one particular building. So we've been concentrating on that.
So I would like to take away your one advice to youngster, those who are intending to enter into architecture fraternity.
I think it's a very exciting space. So they've picked up a very good line to be in. This line teaches you a lot about everything, right? About design, creativity, finances, perceptions, what you're going to create in the future. I think they should be open-minded. I think they should not come with any preset notions as to what they would want to do, what they would want to expect. Creativity is a very keen aspect. They should bring that to the table, but also they should apply their mind. And I think be open, be passionate, and don't be shy to explore. You will make mistakes, but there will be some way you will learn from those mistakes. I think that is,
of course,
my advice to the younger generation of creative architects coming into this business.
Thank you, sir. And sir, we'll not let you go unless you elaborate as well. Let our viewers also know that having rich experience of 50 years, sir, what I should take away from here.
Well, see, we're an old firm. The inspiration of this firm was from Padma Shri Achyut Kanvinde, who was basically paternal side grandparents of ours, of my father's. From there, my father was the fellow of Indian Institute of Architects. He was from the JJ as well. My dad graduated, and he was the instrumental person in creating the first integrated township of the city. I've studied at the AA, which is the Architectural Association, and so there is a legacy that we have to live up to. A lot of the creative people with us also are aware of this legacy and bring their own legacy to the table. One thing is, we are true to our art, so we design with passion and we build in truth. That's what we'd like everyone to remember us by.
All right. What is next?
Oh, as I say, with the increasing FSI, the sky is the limit. So upwards and onwards, that's what's next.
Sir, can you shed us some light on the major projects Naren Kuwadekar and Associates undertake?
Yes, so we've been doing a lot of residential redevelopments of late. We have almost about 2 crore square feet worth of work which is going on in Mumbai city itself. As I mentioned to you earlier, we also do townships. We've done a part of a 650 acre township in the New Chandigarh extension, which is known as Mulapur. We're doing gift cities, rather we did gift cities, Jamnabai school, which was a green certified building. It was one of the first schools in Gift City, which is an initiative, which is an infotech city of Gujarat. We're doing a lot of redevelopments, as I mentioned earlier too, perhaps, of housing societies. We've recently completed the Radisson in Gorakhpur, Radisson Blue in Gorakhpur. We're currently working on a Mayfair Hotel in Shirdi. We handed Natraj Sarovar, which is in Jhansi. We handed over that project. We've been doing some particular villas for the Marriott brand as well, which is for our client in Mahabaleshwar. And we're looking at retrofitting out some of our hospitality projects as well that we've been doing. Standalone, independent bungalows and villas is a separate team that we have, which are undertaking right from ground curation all the way up to a fit-out project. Some of these are as far as Nepal. Some of them are in the Middle East, in Dubai. So we're engaged ourselves in a lot of work now, and we have a good team of people who are actually working effectively on these projects.
So during the conversation, I felt that you emphasized on green building.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you take this? Is India doing quite good in green building industry?
I think the awareness is huge at the moment. Sustainability is one of the key driving factors in a lot of our projects that we see, even in bustling cities like Mumbai. Even the government initiative put in or implements schemes such as water harvesting, solar generation, wind generation, lower impact on environment kind of projects. I think we're all emphasizing we have only one planet. We have to be sensitive. We are all living in this space. So we have to be sensitive about sustainability, not only about the creative aspect, but also the longevity aspect, which is socio-economic, which leads to job creation, generation, etc. All those kind of things.
All right. And sir, can you give just one advice, one suggestion to our viewers on the humanitarian ground?
Humanitarian ground of architecture?
Overall, sir.
I think if you talk solely from the point of architecture, we have a very strong bearing. We have tremendous responsibility because what we create lives way beyond what we live. So, humanitarianly speaking, the impression that we have now will continue to live decades even after we are gone. So, we have to be very sensitive and very accurate, and as I said, very truthful to our art. That's what we're looking to perceive as architects.
Sir, we are fortunate enough to have you on our channel. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much for
having me.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.